Greetings, Internet comrades, and welcome to Case Study Set 2. So, do you crave to be entertained while learning about the biggest stories from famous companies and countries around the world? Do you yearn for a dose of irony and absurdity to spice up your education? Then look no further, because in this series, we'll delve into the wildest and most hilarious case studies of companies and countries gone wrong. We're taking epic PR disasters, ridiculous product flops, and mind-boggling political blunders that will leave you scratching your head in disbelief and who knows, maybe even clutching your side in laughter. So fasten your seatbelts, get your snacks ready, and brace yourselves for a wild ride through the absurdities of the business and political worlds. Yep, we've got it all. Trust us, every episode will be worth your time. So let's dive in and enjoy the ride. Please note that this episode is a continuation of the previous, so the next 1 minute or so might sound familiar. But if you remember most of it already, feel free to just skip a minute or so. Having said that, here's a bit of a recap. The global beverage market size was evaluated at $1.54 trillion in 2018 and is projected to reach $1.85 trillion by the year 2024, representing a strong compound annual growth rate or CAGR of 3.1% during the forecast periods. This solid market growth is mainly driven by the growing per capita consumption of drinks in major developing regions, and this is due to rising disposable income and changing preferences of consumers towards ready-to-drink beverages. Geographically, the developing countries in Asia Pacific such as China, India and Thailand are expected to be some of the largest beverage markets in the coming years, owing to rising disposable income, rapid urbanization and changing lifestyle of consumers. Over the recent years, the global beverage industry has seen a growing number of mergers, acquisitions and product launches so that the leading beverage companies can maintain their competitive advantage over other players. For example, in January 2019, the Coca-Cola company acquired Chi Limited, a leading juice and dairy drinks company. In August 2019, Diageo announced the acquisition of Seedlip, the world's first distilled non-alcoholic spirits. However, rising health concerns regarding the sugar content of soft drinks, in addition with the health concerns regarding consumption of alcohol, may bring some challenges to the growth of the market over the next few years. In response, the launch of new products with low or zero sugar, as well as those low in calories or non-alcoholic variants, are expected to create ample opportunities for the market growth during the forecast period. And that is exactly why today we are going to look at the two largest players in the global beverages industry. Let's start with Diageo. Yes, Diageo, the mere mention of this global drinks giant sends shivers down my spine from excitement, of course. As your favorite YouTuber and current affairs boffin, I have seen it all. But the antics of Diageo, well, they never cease to amaze me. First, a little background. Diageo is a multinational beverage company that owns some of the world's most recognizable spirit brands, including Johnnie Walker, Smirnoff, and Guinness. But let me tell you, they're not just your average drinks company. No, they're like a drunk uncle at a wedding, always up to something crazy. Take, for example, their infamous Guinness ad campaign. You know the one I'm talking about. Guinness is good for you.
And enjoy proving that Guinness is good for you.
Now, I'm not one to judge anyone's drinking habits, but I'm pretty sure that statement is medically inaccurate. But hey, who needs science when you've got marketing, right? And let's not forget about the time Diageo got into a bit of trouble with the law. In 2018, the company was fined £5 million for failing to properly disclose the performance of one of its subsidiaries to investors. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a pretty serious offense. But Diageo, being the cheeky scamps that they are, just brushed it off and it was like no big deal. But perhaps the most hilarious thing about Diageo is their obsession with branding. I mean, these guys will slap a label on anything and call it a new product. Want a fruit-flavored vodka? Done. How about a whiskey that's aged for exactly 15 years and 7 months? Sure thing, boss. And don't even get me started on their limited edition releases. I mean, who needs a one-of-a-kind bottle of whiskey that costs more than a small car? Apparently, enough people to make it a profitable venture. So while Diageo may be a global drinks giant, they're also a wild and crazy bunch. From their questionable ad campaigns to their constant rebranding, they're like the life of the party that just won't go home. But hey, who am I to judge, right? And let us now spare a thought for Anheuser-Busch InBev, the king of beers. But behind all that frothy goodness lies a tale of intrigue, deception, and shenanigans. In this case study, we'll take a closer look at the hilarious sounding history of Anheuser-Busch InBev. It all started in 2008 when Anheuser-Busch, the makers of Budweiser, was acquired by InBev, a Belgian brewing company. The resulting merger created the largest brewing company in the world with a market share of over 25%. But the merger wasn't without its problems. The newly formed company, Anheuser-Busch InBev, soon found itself embroiled in a series of legal battles over trademark disputes. One of the most notable of these disputes was over the use of the name Budweiser. Anheuser-Busch InBev claimed that they had exclusive rights to the name, while a Czech brewing company, Budweiser Budvar, argued that they had been using the name for over 100 years. The case dragged on for years, with both sides launching numerous appeals and counterclaims. Meanwhile, Anheuser-Busch InBev was also dealing with a PR nightmare. In 2013, a lawsuit was filed against the company alleging that they had watered down their beers in order to boost profits. The lawsuit claimed that Anheuser-Busch InBev had been using a computerized system to add extra water to their beers, effectively diluting the alcohol content. To make matters worse, Anheuser-Busch InBev was also facing criticism over their marketing tactics. In 2016, the company was accused of using sexist ads to promote their beers with the tagline, "The perfect beer for removing no from your vocabulary." But despite all these challenges, Anheuser-Busch InBev continued to dominate the beer market. In 2019, the company reported revenue of over $52 billion, making it one of the largest companies in the world. So, what can we learn from the hilarious sounding history of Anheuser-Busch InBev? Well, for one thing, it's clear that even the biggest and most successful companies can face a variety of challenges. But with a little creativity, determination, and a whole lot of beer, anything is possible. That's all we have for you today, guys. But while you're here, why not check out one of our other videos? And if you like our work, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and check out the links we have for you in the description. Thanks for your time today, and we'll see you in the next case study set.